It is an absolutely beautiful evening. It's about 5:30. Absolutely dead still. Warm, but cool enough to work. So me and the kitty are gonna try doing some broadforking. And this is pretty cool. This is like the workhorse of the small farm. It is so hard to do this one-handed and hold a camera. All right, I'm expecting some somewhat gratuitous difficulties here. When you broadfork the first time, the soil is dense and packed, and it takes a while. The last time I did this, I did it in Austin, and it took me about an hour to go like 10 feet. So I have about 2,000 linear feet to do. So, you know, we'll see. So the trick is to go backwards. You stand on it. This is not too bad. Instead of pounding, just go back and forth. Stand on either edge and weasel yourself down. And pull up. And you're just looking for it to crack like that. You want to go back the width of one time. This gets really easy once you start using it. It's much easier in Austin soils. And I'm just cracking it this time. When you get your beds really under control, you can go all the way, pull it all the way back. But right now it would just pull up a big meatloaf of dirt. Nobody wants to do that. It's fun, it's like the little Stairmaster. Little Earth Gym Stairmaster. Good aeration. There are a couple of hard and fast rules for broadforking that are kind of important to know. The first is the goal isn't to get the bar all the way to the ground. It's to get it as far as it will go. And as you're rocking back and forth on it, you'll feel about when it's done. The second is that if you hear or feel any rocks in the broadfork, immediately stop. Okay. Now, there's two ways you can feel. One is on the way down. The other's on the way up. The way down is going to look like this. Like all of a sudden, your fork didn't go in. Okay, so when that happens, immediately stop. Don't crank it. Don't reposition it. Try and get under the rock. You would be surprised how fast you can bend this fork. Okay, that's really the big rule. Most of the time, the rocks aren't even all that big. In this case, it's a piece of brick. And another half of a dog ball. Somebody had a dog out here. I'm just gonna feel around to see if any of these are dirt clods or, yeah, I think that was it. I think I was just hitting that, which is, that's a piece of quartz. This is a piece of marble. Like countertop. Anyway, take these, get them out of the field. They don't belong here. Then you just cover your hole back up. Get back to forking. Much better. Oh my gosh, I'm like halfway done. Looks like we're only doing 3 today. Maybe less if I hit in the rock. Almost at a time. Speed forking. So I can feel this area here, probably kind of going like this, has a real bad clay area. You can see when you stick the fork down, this right side will sink, and it'll be like that, because the left side's up higher, watch. See? It's not too bad though. When your soil is super healthy, when you go like this, the tines won't lift all that earth out, they'll just cut straight through it. There's a channel on YouTube called, I think it's called No-Till Growers. They've got some really great examples of some really well husbanded soil in some of those videos. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, cutting straight through now. See, when it's good, it's good. But see, it's still lifting chunks up. So you can definitely tell that this heavy clay soil is going to take a few years of working before we get that sweet, buttery result we're looking for. You learn so much by doing this. You know, I don't think, I mean, yeah, it's like, you know, you're basically lying to yourself, telling it's like a gym membership. Because a gym membership is just so much easier. But you learn so much. It's such an observation chance to learn your garden in a way no one else does. Do this for a couple years, you'll know every inch, actually every inch. It's cool. I'm learning so much. I can tell you right now what the shape of the soil looks like in these 3 beds. I could draw it on a map, which maybe I should, huh? Would that be cool? All right, when you get near the end, be careful about your stakes. This one here is pretty greedy. Yeah, too greedy. Look at that. All right, never mind on that one. Okay. Munch, munch, munch. Oh. I really wasn't looking forward to this part. I knew it was going to be very hard. I've got the 4 cultivator tines set up in the wheel hoe. I probably should have done 3 because of how tough this ground is. Basically, the Broadforking turned that solid, compact ground into smaller, manageable chunks. And now I'm going through and breaking those chunks and cultivating the soil. And as you can see, it's hard work. And the dirt's spilling over to the side, so it's messy and tough. And you can see on the left, my blisters, you can see on the left just how much it is going to churn up the soil.
The good part is you really only have to do this once, or at least it's only bad once, because we're going to amend the soil with compost, and we're going to be caring for it and planting into it, which really, like, this is as bad as it's going to get, and you really need to tell yourself that, because this is a lot of work. You can see actually how much I've slowed down just from going up one side and down the other, and I have 7 more to do after this. Definitely a tough day. After this step though, it does get a lot easier. We just have to rake the dirt out of the paths and back onto the bed and then smooth them out.
Okay, I'm gonna try and explain this. Hopefully the wind will be gracious enough so you can hear me. You're beginning now, I think the program is beginning to take shape. And I mean real shape. Before it was lines, it was a dream, but now you're starting to see how the function of beds operate. Okay, so after we, and I'll just straddle this one for an example. After we cultivated here, so much soil was kicked off into the path on either side, right? And this is why we weeded the paths, then cultivated, then rake it up. That's going to maximize the topsoil we're able to magnify on the row. Jean-Martin Fortier, I think that's how you pronounce it, my apologies, I'm not French, does a very similar thing with a rotary plow. But with this system, I can just use a rake, a landscaping rake. So I'm gonna walk through one of these now. Hopefully the wind is gracious enough. It is very windy, like a passive, maybe 9 to 12 mile an hour wind, just constant. So the first thing, I'm gonna hook this. We got to get this string uncovered. So we just do this. And we'll walk. It's going to uncover our path. More importantly, it's going to uncover the bed. All right, that's pretty good. Can undo it. Very easy. So the method to this is to, we're trying to mound soil up towards the center. Wow, I hope, yeah. We're trying to mound soil up towards the center of the bed. So in this one, we're gonna take just a little bit, a couple inches, we're gonna pull it past the string. Okay, then we're gonna get low, real low, and push this, okay? We want to go past that string, right? So we're making a belly. Just like this. And then eventually that string will stick, and we're going to use that. It may be a little infuriating. Yep, see, it's stuck. But that's okay, because that's telling us where our safety line is, right? We want to go all the way up there, right? And like, here's the result. We push it all the way into the center. This one we want to keep kind of straight. Just like that. Oop. Just like that. Now be careful near the end. You don't want to stress this string out right here. This is where it's most fragile. So just be careful. And then give it one more pluck. There we go. You can see it really veering off. There we go. Just like that. Oh. How many left? One left. One to go. All right. The trick to using two-handed tools is keep your thumbs going the same direction. So either like this or like this. This is bad. this is bad, okay? Thumbs go the same direction. That avoids blisters. So, if you want to be able to push down more, put your hand on the bottom. Don't do, don't do this. Don't do this. Thumbs go the same direction. That's the trick. I know it doesn't look like it, but it'll save your hands. The second is favor fingers up to the sky versus down to the ground. If you can at all, keep your thumbs up. That looks good, huh?
Okay, last, all we have to do is flatten the beds out. See, we pulled all the dirt up into a big mound in the center of the bed, and so we're basically just moving it to the edges and flattening the top surface out for easy planting. You don't want a dome, you want it to be, flat on top. And there isn't really much technique here because it's just dirt. It's not all that difficult. But the point is that we have a flat surface. If you have any big dirt clods, you can go ahead and kick those to the side or break them up with a mallet or something. But as you can see here, I'm just kind of going back and forth, up a little on the left, go back, do the right side, being careful, taking my time, and really just enjoying the finished product. You'll get really excited at this point because for the first time, your garden beds are actually going to look like garden beds. Proper, wonderful garden beds. And you're going to think, man, I did it. We did it. We've got this awesome garden now. And yeah, we're almost done. It's just a little bit of amendment and adding peat moss and irrigation and planting. The effect here is just splendid, and it's a wonderful capstone to a pretty hard-working weekend, if I do say so myself. And just like that, the beds are finished. Don't they look great? Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.